Hello, how are you? Oh, still daylight here, yeah? Oh gosh, it's warm. It's kind of muggy warm, not sunny warm, if that makes any sense to you. You know, oh, a bit higher up, aren't I? It's a bit better, you get less of the ceiling and more of me. Hi Nathan, how are you doing? Oh gosh, I'm warm, Nathan. Warm. It's not often I say I'm warm, but I'm warm. I've just been rushing about though. Oh, I'm glad you're okay. Yeah. I spoke to Sue earlier this week. She's in Anglesey. She's in her daughter's caravan there. I don't know whether her daughter's bought it or rented it, but she's in her daughter's caravan having a. Oh, you're watching what, the real Titanic or the the film Titanic? Hi, Connie. Hi, Lizzie. You enjoying your holiday, Lizzie? Lizzie's in Greece at the moment. Oh, the film you're watching, yeah. Do you know I've never seen it, Nathan? Didn't really appeal to me, actually. Yeah. Lizzie's on holiday in Greece. Lucky Lizzie. And I wish I was there with her. But instead, it's me and it's Rosie and it's Trixie. Because the family have gone out to see some people who came to visit us today. This huge camper van pulled up. Huge. Well, in fact, two, one behind each other. And it's friends of our Ian's who've come over for, I don't know, it's a weekend or a week or whatever they've come for. Anyway, we had two very posh camper vans parked outside our driveway, bringing up the tone of the neighbourhood. I'm glad we don't have one that big. It wouldn't fit on the drive. Yeah. Hi, Jean. How are you doing? Well, that's what I'm missing here. Oh, it's too hot. You just come back from the beach. It's never too hot, Lizzie. Never, never too hot. Hi, Judy. Hi. Hi, anybody I've missed? The beach. Oh, we can't go on the beach at the moment. I don't know whether you've read in the paper if you're in the UK. There's been a massive sewage leak. How charming. So the poor doggies can't go on the beach because they can't go in the water because there's E. coli in the water. Lovely. What am I making? Well, I'm making this circular waistcoat, but I've hit a snag because, of course, I'm using UK double knitting. And the pattern, as always, when you're using an American pattern, is in worsted. Worsted is a 4. I'm using a 3. So now I've reached the bit where I should be dividing from the armholes. Of course, it's nowhere near big enough. So I'm having to improvise as usual and make it bigger. Also, I think that actually she's a much bigger, looser crocheter than I am anyway. Because her stitches look twice as big as mine. So that's the problem. I found that I got some patterns from a lady called Earthworks. She's on Etsy. And I know she uses, the 4, the worsted weight. But even so, she's a really much sort of slacker crocheter than I am. So anything I make with one of her patterns doesn't come out big enough. Comes out for a child rather than a me. You just finished watch. Oh, you good girl, Jean. Yeah. Did you see the one with the boats that we did? We went to Affinity the other day. Beautiful weather it was. And I looked at the yachts. None of them were sailing now. It was just sitting in the harbour. Every time I go, they're just sitting in the harbour. I would hope they would move sometimes, Hate to see them sitting in the harbour all the time when they cost so much money and, maybe they go out at the weekends. I don't know. The only thing was there was one little boat that was playing music, so of course I had to not put it on, you know, like I had to put on it, it was music and that. So otherwise I would have got blasted. Mm. Well, I don't know what I'm going to do now. Let me look what I did before when I had to do. Oh, I had to miss 2 in the middle, yeah. Yeah, it was blasting music out. I think it must have been a fisherman, yeah. Must have been a fisherman. I don't know otherwise why he would have been out. Wasn't like a tourist boat. Unless, you know, they took tourists out to go. We've actually had some dolphins lately. So maybe they went out on a dolphin watch to see if they could find any. I think I saw them the other day, but you know, my eyesight's not what it was, and I didn't have my binoculars with me. I have a teeny tiny pair of binoculars, and I keep forgetting to put them in my scooter. It would be so handy if I was trying to look at a yacht or something on the horizon, yeah. Oh, that filling's catching inside my mouth and catching my tongue. My goodness me, did she hurt me. I have had fillings, I have had injections in my mouth before, I have had injections in my spine, in my hip, in my knees, in my elbow, in my shoulder. I have had needles like that put through my hip. I have never yelled so much in my life. She is absolutely awful with her injections. I said to her, "You're putting me off coming." I said to her, "I've never been in so much pain." I said, "Well, I was with you with your injections." I told her straight. I said, "I am not a wimp, but I've never had so much pain with an injection." I was nearly off the chair. I mean, I've had injections in the roof of my mouth. You know, when I had all the roof of my mouth done, I've had all those kind of injections. But never one like that before. She carries on like that, I'm going to be asking to swap to another dentist. I'm going on Monday to get my front teeth done. They're all broken. I said to her, "You don't have to inject me again, do you?" She went, "No." I said, "Because if you do, I'm not coming." I said, "If you bring that needle towards me," I said, "I'm out the door." Thing is, they make you pay before you have it done. They make you pay when you go in. So it's a bit much. Whether they think you run out and not pay, I don't know. I'm going to say, is it refundable if she, you know, I don't have the treatment? She comes near me with that damn needle again. Oh dear. I tell you, never again. I've got the doggies today because they've gone out for a drink with the, you know, the camper van people. They must be in Blackpool, I think, somewhere. They must have come for the weekend, I think. Or I've just got informed it's Tram Sunday in July sometime. What am I making? I'm making a circular waistcoat. That's the back of it. But I'm having to improvise because the pattern's in worsted yarn from America, which is like a 4-weight, and this is a 3-weight. So I'm having to do a bit of jiggery pokery. Yeah. Ooh, I am warm. I've just made one, not this pattern. I made another one, and I had to mess about with that one as usual. Number 4, blooming. I'm getting anti-US patterns, really. I really am. It's no wonder I do my own thing, is it? US patterns are meant for US yarn, which is all very well and good. You know, I don't expect them to do them in UK yarn, but it's just a bit, when I can't, you know, I have to improvise everything and do everything differently. I haven't got a picture of the green one. I'm just doing. It must be on. You'd have to look on Facebook. The green one's not there. Not on me. Oh, I can get Facebook, can't I? I can get Instagram. I'm so stupid. I can do Instagram. Well, I can when I can get internet. La 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 la. I've been listening to Boyzone, can't you tell? Search. Search for me. Search. Why do I can't spell my own name? Oh, do you know I need to get my eyes tested? I really do. The account's not private at all. Obviously, that's not my account. There must be another Jan Carruthers. This says Carruthers Jan. I hope nobody's hacked me. No, there I am. Thought I'd been hacked. There's one that says Carruthers Jan. Right. That's what I've just finished. I don't like the buttons I've put on the front. They don't match, but it's all I had in the shed. I had to alter that because it was too frilly. All around the bottom, I had to increase too much and it went frilly. I think I've got another picture of it before I altered it. Or have I? No, I haven't. I haven't got a picture of it before I altered it. Never mind. Never mind. Who's that? Pea-bum. She peed in the conservatory again. Little so-and-so. Yeah, that's the pattern I'm using. It's by Star Lily Creations, but as you can see, she's a much, much slacker crocheter than I am. Plus the fact she's using thicker yarn. But we shall persevere. We shall persevere. Carry on. We are not daunted at all. The lady at the Naked Sheep said to me, "What have you been making with that green wool? What are you making with the purple?" I said, "Well, I'll show you one day." Yeah, I don't know how she gets them that big. Her wool must be a lot thicker and she must be a much slacker crocheter. That's probably how she makes them so fast. She's got a lot less rows to the armhole than I do. It's like she's using chunky or something. Because she churns out so many. But she puts like ribbons on the end of hers, so that they dangle down. Yeah. Have you ever looked at Star Lily Creations on Facebook? Yeah, she puts all different coloured, real festival type things, yeah. Ah, good evening, Sian. A very hot afternoon, 95. Oh, that'd be lovely. Lovely. It's humid here, not hot. It's that hot without any sun, I mean, I have the problem is I don't sweat, but I just go all funny, all hot inside. I wish I could let it out, but it doesn't happen that way. Yeah, I don't sweat. I do use deodorant, by the way, just in case. But I don't actually sweat. I did the other day, though. I sweated on my forehead, which was strange. All under my fringe was wet through, which was weird. Weird. And my necklace is all different things. It's rather cute, look. All different ones. Meant to look like they're together, but they're all apart. Yeah. They're just like, well, I better pick a brighter colour, aren't I? They're just like little pieces with a hole at the top. Yeah. Very nice, yes. You know me and my necklaces. Somebody said, what do you do when your neck starts getting crepey? I said, you wear a necklace. Wear a big necklace to cover up the crepey bit. People don't see it then. You must be bothered about your crepey bits. Cover them up. Doesn't worry me. Yeah. I've got past the stage of having, flappy arms. I've got past bingo wings, they call them in the UK. Don't know what you call them in America. We call them bingo wings. They carry on waving after you finish waving, yeah. Hi, Esther. Well, the weather's not sunny, but it's hot, yeah. We're forecast more thunderstorms. It was dreadful the other day. My goodness me, thunder, lightning, hammering with rain. And then the following day, it was like it never happened. It was so sunny. So, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. Did you go fishing last week? Hi, Munchkin. Did you go fishing last week, Shad? We did miss you. Oh, dear. You did, yeah. I was talking to that other lady, the lady who talks to you that goes fishing. Oh, I keep catching my lip. Me feeling sharp. I don't think she's a great dentist. I think I've been fobbed off with one of the juniors. Oh, no wonder she had a vacancy. I'm going to make inquiries about whether I can change dentists. There's different dentists in the practice. Because if she hurts me one more time, I am not going to her anymore. La, 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 la. I hate sitting here in the quiet. I wish that YouTube didn't penalise if you put music on. It would be so nice, more of a party atmosphere, wouldn't it, with a bit of music, just gently playing in the background. But no, the minute you get a little bit of music on. As you know, I watched Sheila, and the people next door were having a children's party with a bouncy castle. And she hadn't heard this song. She just went in because all the noise the children were making, so she decided to go in. But then she got slapped with a copyright because they could hear music playing. They must have good ear holes, I tell you. I'd watched that video and I didn't hear any music. They must have ears like bats, that's all I can say. What am I making? I'm making a circular waistcoat, but I'm just making the circle at the moment. But I'm having to make it bigger. A, I'm bigger, and B, I'm using finer yarn, apparently. So I'm having to make it bigger. So, ooh, it's warm. If I open the window, though, it might be cold, but still. Still daylight. Oh, look at the sky. You probably can't see it because of the reflection on the window. The sky's really nice. No, you can't see it. It just reflects back. The clouds and the sky are really sort of all different colours. You know, like purples and silvers and everything. Really pretty. Oh, we've got the wood pigeon. Woo-hoo, woo-hoo. Makes a change from the flipping seagulls. Oh, yeah, I've got 11 thumbs up and there's 35 people in the room. Somebody is not putting their thumb down. I don't ask for much. I don't ask for millions. I don't ask for donations. All I ask is a thumbs up. That's the only thing I ask you for. Hi, Chris. Better late than never, dear. I'm just trying to chivvy people into doing the thumbs up because somebody's... Do you know, that's the first thing I do when I look at anybody's video. The first thing I do is give them a thumbs up so I don't forget. Because it's important. It doesn't mean anything money-wise, but it just means your profile gets raised and it means that more people might see you. One day I might get more subscribers. I don't hold any hopes out. My subscribers have stayed the same, very loyal to me they are. Have stayed the same number for years, yeah. They never grow anymore. Oh, thank you, Jean. Yeah. Yeah, I never get any more subscribers. I never grow my channel, as they say. I don't really try, to be quite honest with you. It's not a be-all and an end-all, is it? It might be if you were using it as your livelihood or something, like some people do. But for me, nah. It's not a worry. I've done another round. I've done another round. I'm going off-piste, as they say, because I have to just make it bigger. Oh, it's awkward when you go off-piste. It means you can't use their instructions for where to put the armholes. You have to work that out yourself, you know. It's really annoying. Oh, we've got a seagull squawking now. Wah, 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 wah. They're very cheeky here, you know, they dive bomb you. They dive bomb. Oh, hey. Oh, I forgot my drink. Got a Fanta. There's not much left of it, actually, because I've been drinking it since I had my dinner. I had a very unappetizing ready meal. It was not very good. One of Oldie's best. Should I say one of Oldie's worst? You never been in on this before? Well, welcome, Tinkerbella Rose. Oh, you've gone again. Did we scare her off? She didn't last long. I'm sorry if we scared you, Tinkerbell. We're really not that bad, are we? Please tell her we're not that bad. Hey, never mind. They seek her there. Oh, you didn't mean to do that. I thought we'd put you off before you even said hello. Hi, Chrissy B. No, we're a friendly lot, honestly, Tinkerbella. Is it Tinkerbella Rose? Yeah. We're a friendly lot. We don't normally scare people. Oh, dear. Well, I don't know. Sometimes I can be a bit scary. Ooh. Breaking. Woman dies in a house fire. Oh dear. Oh dear. I think it was in Oldham there was a house fire. I know they had the helicopter there, according to the Manchester Evening News. It's quite gloomy, me watching looking at the Manchester Evening News online. There's always somebody been stabbed or something or whatever. It's getting really bad in Manchester. Man, it's not getting much better around here. I don't know what's got into people lately. Nationwide. We are all going to hell in a handcart. I think it used to be a handbasket, didn't it? We're all going to hell in a handbasket. Whatever that is. Another of my mother's weird sayings, yeah. Yeah, la, la, la. Oh, I better not sing. I might put Camilla off. She's not used to us, is she? Might put her off if I start singing. Might lose her before she starts. Yes, we need 38 buttons and we've only got 23. You're right there, Shad. I feel bereft because you don't press in the like buttons. If you don't like me, you don't like me, but please press me buttons. It don't hurt, just a little. I sing quite well. Oh, you've obviously not heard me. Oh, come on, people. I've got 22 now. I had 23 a minute ago. Now somebody's withdrawn it. Come on, people. You'd make me day if there was 38 people in and 38 thumbs up. That would really make my day. But obviously you're not going to make me day. I don't know what time the family will come back. Oh, shush, there's my phone. They did say they were having a pint, but obviously it wasn't 1 pint, was it? It was probably more than 1 pint. Yeah. You sure I sing good? Oh, God, if you're tone deaf, love you. Maybe I do. What have I got here? No, it's just the breaking news about the woman dying in the house fire. As I said, it's in Oldham somewhere. I saw it before. That they'd taken somebody to hospital. Well, I've still only got 25 thumbs up. What's wrong with you people? You don't want to stand up and be counted. Oh, dear. Maybe it was because I sang. Maybe they went off again. Oh, I've just bit my lip again. When you bite your lip, why do you keep biting it? It's because it swells a bit when you're biting it, isn't it? Keep nibbling it by accident. It'll never heal up if I don't stop biting it. The dogs are asleep. You feel rude if you don't hit the like button. Good for you, Connie. Tell everybody else. As I say, it matters not one jot, monetary-wise or anything to me. But it does help to make your profile raised so that other people see your videos, which would be rather nice. Because I've had the same number of subscribers since about the last 2 or 3 years. I never gain any. Don't lose any, but I never gain any. And I would like to gain a few. It would be nice, after all this time to just gain a few. You feel like you've reached your maximum saturation, that nobody else is going to like you. Yeah. Most people say, hit the like and subscribe button, don't they? I should do that, yeah. No, still not getting any more than 25. Oh, got 26 now. Way! Thank you, whoever that was. You're more than welcome. Dearie me. So what are you all doing tonight? Are you doing your crafting? What are you doing? Are you cooking? If you like Chrissy, you're cooking your tea. Tell you we've not seen on here for a long time. Enid. Anybody know where Enid went? She disappeared ages ago, didn't she? Don't know where she went. She used to come on every week and then all of a sudden, poof, gone. I can't remember her name, her actual, I remember her name, Enid, but I don't remember her handle. You never know whether they've gone off the, YouTube altogether or if they've just gone off. You're chilling in bed. Is it early or late, Connie? Or are you not feeling well? I feel really, really tired and then I get in bed and I'm wide awake. Oh, you're watching TV? Right. Nathan's watching Titanic. Not the one that, not the thing that's gone missing. He's watching the film Titanic. I've never watched it. I'm really bad at films. Oh, hi, Jill. You're listening and crocheting. Can't blame you. Miguel, I've no idea. He doesn't come on anymore. No, I've never seen Titanic yet. You can't be bothered to sit downstairs. Well, if you're comfy, you're in bed. I can't crochet in bed. I can't get comfy. I've got to lie in bed, and then of course you can't crochet if you lay down, can you? You like a happy ending, I do. Yeah, I don't want everybody to sink. I mean, you kind of know the ending because it's Titanic, isn't it? It's not going to have a happy ending, is it? Maybe that's why I don't like watching it. We all know it sank. I mean, some people got off, didn't they? But not many. Most of them, I don't even know if they got off. The ones who were sitting, standing at the, with their arms out. No, I don't like sad films. No. I used to cry with Lassie. Lassie when he, or any animals that died. I used to have to. You don't want any spoilers, but they both could. Yeah, well, they both could have lived. They both could have got in a lifeboat, surely. But that would have spoilt the ending of the film, wouldn't it? God, if if the boat was sinking, I'd have been first in that lifeboat. I tell you, I'd have been pushing people out of the way, women and children first. Hi, Denise. I would have not been ladylike and say after you. It would have been every man for himself if I'd have had a chance of a lifeboat. I'm sorry, but no. I would have not been noble in those circumstances. There was a time for politeness, and there was a time for every man for himself, yeah. You like a good cry once in a while. I do, but it's mostly over things that I see on Facebook, like a little dog I've been following. Oh, bless him. I mean, he got adopted by this guy when he was quite elderly. Anyway, he died yesterday. He was 16. And I've been following his little story for, few years, yeah. I can cry my eyes out when a dog dies. I'm terrible, yeah. He was such a sweet thing, a Staffy, yeah. Yeah, I would have been the fastest thing, Collie, on two legs, yeah. Yeah, a good cry is good for you. It's not often I cry over anything. I used to do. I used to get upset and cry, but that was mostly when I was married. But I haven't really cried since I've been here. I think I've cried a couple of times when I wanted to go home when we first got here. When it was COVID and lockdown and all the shops were shut, and I just didn't like it here. I'm getting used to it, let's just say, but if I had my chance, I'd be off like a rocket. I really would. You have too many good cries. You don't want any more. I think I've got more hardened as I get older. You know, I mean, I've lost quite a few cousins just recently, and I'm like, oh, well, it sounds awful, doesn't it? Oh, I don't know where that came from. And I'm thinking, and I've even, my ex-husband's lost two grandsons, 23 and 18. But I mean, I didn't know them. So, I mean, they were born like after he'd left me. Um, there were nothing kind of to do with me. I knew of them, of course, but I don't know them. Never met them. Never met them. It's very sad, 23 and 18. But, it's not like you can cry over people you never met, is it really? Yeah. Hi, Lizzie. You crocheting a blanket? Oh, with a guitar. I thought, how's she crocheting a blanket with a guitar? Thought it was a new crochet hook. It's stupidly hot in Great Yarmouth. It's hot here, actually, Lizzie. It's hot. It's not been sunny or anything like that, but it's been hot. Hi, Frenchie's Fibre. Oh, do you know, I must get my eyes tested. Frenchie's Fibre Files. Hi there. I keep putting off, £109 for this film, £325 on Monday for these three. I'm like putting off going to the opticians because I'm like, how much money am I going to spend? I haven't got it to keep spending. I'm so rich, you know what I mean? Excuse you. Excuse you. There's nobody there. Thank you, Rosie. Nobody there. Rosie. Rosie, thank you. No. Shh, it's next door's doggy barking. It's allowed to bark. It lives there. It's allowed to bark, sweetie, because it lives there. You don't have to join in with her. Okay. They're in the garden barking next door's little dogs. Oh, do you know what Rosie did? She went running to the fence, apparently. I wasn't in, but she went running to the fence, apparently, because the next door's two dogs were in the garden. She got her nose stuck in the fence. She couldn't get out. My daughter-in-law had to prise her loose. She really hurt her nose. You think she'd learn a lesson, wouldn't you, not to charge over to the fence? But no. Silly thing. Oh, hello. I couldn't remember who you were. I said, there's another lady who fishes. He was fishing last week. That's where he was. Oh, dear. What's for dinner? You're only a few days away. Oh, dear. Yeah, so Rosie got her nose stuck in the fence. So let's hope it learns or it teaches her a lesson. You're hanging out. Well, you're welcome, yeah. You're welcome. Have you all pressed the thumbs? Oh, you're getting ready. One day you'll tell us, you'll surprise us. Chris, one day you'll tell us and you'll have moved. I know it's on your wish list. It'd be like Shad. It took Shad a while to move, but he's moved in the end. He moved. I know it's a mystery what's at the back of the cupboard, isn't it, Chris? You know, you think, how long have I had these noodles? Especially if you've taken them out of the packet and you've put them into a glass jar. You're like, when did I put them in the glass jar? How long ago was it? Or if you put something in the freezer in a bag and you forget to do the Tipp-Ex on it, you know, not the Tipp-Ex, what do you call it, Sharpie on it, you know, to say when you put it in there and what it is. Otherwise, you're defrosting a mystery, aren't you? Yeah. I know it's warm. I found this dress up above the wardrobe. I'd put them all away. And I never brought them out last summer because it was never warm enough. So I brought them all down. Got a whole new wardrobe. I'm like, yeah, look at me. Whole new wardrobe. In actual fact, when I put them away, they were a bit small. But as you know, I've lost weight, so. But I might be putting weight on if I can't get me flipping injections. I haven't had my diabetes injections for 3 weeks because there's a worldwide shortage of it because they're using it for weight loss. So all these celebrities like the Kardashians and people like that are all paying for this injection to stay slim. So there's none for the people who've got diabetes. I'm never been an old bag lady unless I get, you know, I lose my marbles and I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, it is wrong. I mean, I don't see why doctors should. I mean, my doctor said to me, you'll just have to monitor and watch what you're eating. And I felt like saying, well, why don't you tell that to the people who are overweight? You know, yes, I know I can help being a diabetic, but, you know, they can help being fat. And it's not right. Sorry if you don't like the word fat, but it is. I'm fat. I don't mind being called fat because I am fat. I tell you what, there's some fatties over here, I tell you. I'm sorry if I'm insulting anybody, but there is. Flipping heck. There's some big fat lasses. Yeah, but it's not right that, you know, like diabetics all over the world can't get them because people with the money are buying them up. They say they can't keep up with the demand. Well, they would if they'd stop prescribing it or stop buying it, but they won't, will they? It's an easy way for them to lose weight because they're injecting themselves every day. I only need one a week. I'm not doing it for weight loss. I'm doing it because I'm diabetic. And I'm sorry, but, you know, I am not going to regulate my diet just because I can't get my injection when they don't regulate their diet and they eat. I can't even watch my £600 life. I don't know whether anybody else can. I get so angry. I know they say it's a mental health issue, but, you know, when they're that big and they're stuck in the bed, somebody feeds them. Somebody goes to the door and brings in the takeaways because if they can't get out of bed and they can't walk, then they can't go to the front door to get the pizzas, can they? So somebody's helping them. And that's what annoys me. That's why I can't watch that program. I just get so mad. I'm like, whoever it is who's feeding them, just stop it. Make them get out of bed and go to the front door if they want a pizza. Make them do it. Hey. Do I sound nasty? I'm sorry if I do. But it does make me mad. Mm-hmm. Dee-dee. Ah. Well, it was nice going to Affinity, or Freeport as it used to be called. It would be even nicer if the shops weren't closing down. Apparently, it used to be an outlet, where you could get like the big names, with seconds or whatever. You could get things a lot cheaper than you could anywhere else, but it's changed now. It's not like that at all. They've got a body shop and that's full price. They've got a Pavers, which is shoe shop, that's full price. They've got a Next, but that's not an outlet either. Cadbury's, still full price chocolates, nothing cheaper there. And I went to a sweetie shop for some old-fashioned sweeties. Like I'm diabetic and I'm not supposed to be having old-fashioned sweeties, but still. But lots of the shops were closed. They've opened up a garden centre there. But I like to go round and look at the yachts. Apparently I could see more yachts if I went round the other way, but you can't go across the bridge because it's locked. You have to go out of Affinity and go out another way and go up a different road to get to see the other yachts, yeah. One day I'll do that. But I always forget. I always just carry on going and go to Affinity. So I only see the little few yachts that you saw in my little video. Nice yachts, though. Wouldn't mind hitching a ride, Do you want any crew? I can't do anything. I can only sit there and talk to you, but, do you want any crew? Yeah. I've got a cousin who used to build yachts, but he's about 93 now. So he's retired. He no longer builds them. I keep saying I'm going to go to Llandudno to see him. I'm losing so many cousins lately that I need to see him before it happens to him, or me, for that matter. I don't think you have to pay to park at Affinity. I don't think you do. Most places you have to park. Hi, Amanda B. I mean, even with a disabled pass like I have, I don't have a car, but I've got a disabled pass for the car. Still got to pay. The only concession you get is you get to park nearer to the store, but you still have to pay. Yeah. I must remember to take it with me when I go to Prestwich so my niece can use it in her car. Because it's not for a car, it's just transferable, whoever is driving me. It's transferable. So whoever's car I'm in, I just take my pass with me. But it's mostly in my daughter-in-law's car because we use that car usually when it's me that's in it. Yeah. Otherwise, if it was in the house, it would just get lost or we might forget to take it, But as I say, you still have to pay. One time you didn't have to pay if you had a disabled sticker. But now, you do. Hey, they give you an out for an out, do they? Yeah, especially in the UK, you get an out for an out, yeah. Being disabled in the UK means you're a flipping nuisance, yeah. As one guy said to me when I was riding along in my scooter, he said, "You lot should stop at home where you belong." Just because he objected to me taking up part of the pavement. If I ride on the road, I get real abuse off the drivers. Real swearing. Navvy talk, yeah. So if you drive on the pavement, which I drive very, very slowly when I'm on the pavement, very, very slow, crawl space, slower than people are walking, I get abuse off them. Yeah. Yeah. I've always been a person who's always been so polite, so nice and so polite. And as I've got older, I've suddenly thought to myself, I'm going to turn into a nazi old woman. I'm going to tell it like it is. So they said, "Oh, no, it doesn't matter. No, it's fine. Instead of apologising when it's their fault, you know, when they walk into me and I'm going, I'm sorry, like it's my fault. You know, when I feel like saying, will you flipping look where you're going? For goodness sake, get off your phone and look where you're going. Young ones are the worst. They walk into everything and everybody because they're too busy. They're going to grow up like nearsighted. They're going to lose their sight because they never look any further than like 4 inches away from their nose. You know, you see them in the cafes. They don't talk to each other in a cafe. All they do is, yeah. You know, it's almost like they have a conversation with people on the same table as them, but they do it through the phone. And you're like, open your mouth, speak. The art of conversation is dying. I mean, that's why they're so unhappy, because they don't leave their bedrooms. They're sort of closeted in their bedrooms, playing video games, talking to each other via their phone or via the internet. Why don't they get out the house and go and meet them and have a coffee somewhere? You know, flipping heck. That's what we used to do when we was kids. I know we didn't have internet and things like that. Yeah, they are becoming hermits. They're just lonely because they can't make friends, you know. I'm not a sweetheart, Johnny. I think you're on the wrong channel there, love. I'm nobody's sweetheart now. There used to be a song about that, didn't there? Or am I so old? uh, if you're knitting your crochet and you want to talk about things like that, you're all right on here, Johnny. But if you want to say, hey, sweetheart, then you're on the wrong channel. Oh, dear. No, they don't know how to talk to people. I mean, I wonder how they can get a job. You know, I mean, you've only got to go in a shop, haven't you? And some of the, you know, the cashiers and things like that are downright rude, aren't they? They just take your money, don't they? They don't even speak to you. They don't say, hi, how are you doing? Or, you know, thank you, nice day, you know. Yeah, they only talk through the phones, yeah. You know, it's just, you know, why don't they? I prefer to go to a cafe and talk to my friend in real life, you know. I don't want to. I do talk to my friends on the phone, obviously, because Sue, one of my, you know, best friends, she lives in Scotland. So obviously I've got to talk to her on the phone. Hello, what we're going on now? Obviously, to keep in touch with her, it's got to be the phone. But anybody I know, you know, I arrange to meet them. I go to knit club, talk to people at knit club. Sometimes we exchange messages when we're not at knit club, but by and large, we really just talk, you know, at knit club and at the cafe or wherever. It's nice to have a chat. I mean, when you go to things like the knit club, you've got like a variety of people with a variety of subjects that are very interesting. We talk about all different subjects, you know, and you get more of an insight, different topics, don't you, to speak about? You know, people talk about their work, people talk about things in general, their lives, you know, you get to know people, you know, if they're having a problem with something or other, you know, they discuss it. And, you know, it's just nice to have a chat, yeah. I chat to people. I chat to people all the time. I'm a great one for talking to dogs. I told you the other day I spent 5 minutes throwing a stick for somebody else's dog. A collie dog, it kept bringing the stick back to me. I'm there throwing the stick. I said to his owner at finish, I said, I'm going to have to go, you know. He said, oh, he said, no, I don't mind you throwing it for him. I said, yeah, but I've got to go. I'm on my way somewhere. But I love talking to people on the seafront, talk to people. I was chatting to a little old lady the other day. She was walking along with her walker. And I spoke to her. She'd only just moved here. She was 90. 90. She'd come from Anglesey, funnily enough. And she'd moved here to be near relatives because she was 90 and her husband wasn't well. And she said, oh, I had a lovely... She said, I had 40 cards, lots of presents and that. And I had a really nice chat with her. She was a lovely, lovely lady. She was there with a new walker that her grandson had bought her because she was a little bit wobbly. And I thought, I'd be a little bit more wobbly at 90, yeah. So we had a really nice chat. And she goes, oh, thank you for talking to me. It's so nice. People are so friendly around here. But I have found that out, actually. And I mean, I know I call Fleetwood and that, but there's so many people here who are not born here. You know, they've come from all over the place and they live here now. It's like a retirement catchment place. And you get talking to lots and lots of people. They're all friendly. You know, everybody chats. And, you know, if you stop on the seafront or whatever and you say hello, somebody will always speak to you. You know, they'll always chat to you. So, but it's a different generation, you see. We're all chatters, aren't we? And especially if you've got a dog, you know. If you say, oh, what a lovely dog, you start talking to somebody, yeah. I mean, I wish I could take ours out because I think I'd talk to more people if I could, but I dare say I could take Trixie out. I could sit her on my knee, but she'd probably pee on me or something. That's by the by. Can't take Rosie out because she'd be off like a rocket. And as I say, at the moment, we can't take them on the beach because of the sewage. There's a crack in a sewage pipe. And it's spilt all this effluent out into the sea. So anybody that swims, they've got signs up saying don't swim in the sea because it's E. coli or something. But people are still doing it. They're still paddling in it and still doing it. I suppose it's hard if you bring a kid in. They want to go and play, don't they, and paddle. I suppose if you got some, you know, rinsed them off well and disinfected them, you'd probably be okay. You can't smell anything, actually, Patricia. You can't. It's more in Blackpool, but it's come all the way up to this beach as well. It's a crack in a pipe or something that's discharged. But I was talking to my friend the other day and we were saying when we were younger, it used to all go into the sea, didn't it? You know, the sea was notorious around here for being absolutely filthy. Yeah. I'm a bit like that, Shad. My mother used to say I was vaccinated with a gramophone needle. I think it comes of always being in the shop, always being. And when I wasn't in the shop, I've always had a customer-facing job. I've never been in an office where I didn't talk to people. I've always had to be what I call sociable. You know, when you have a shop, you have to be pleasant. You have to be welcoming. You have to be, you know, be interested in people. You know, they used to come in with their knitting patterns and maybe they didn't know how to do a certain stitch, or maybe they just wanted some advice about what colour to choose or which yarn to choose, you know. So you have to, you know, talk to people. So I think that's where I've got it from. My mum did say I came out of the womb singing and dancing, so I don't know. She used to say I should be on the stage, and my dad used to say I sweeping it, yeah. Oh. She always said I should have had a career where I was using, you know, talking, you know, like commentator or interviewer or something. But the one time I was on the television, I just was like a rabbit in the headlights. I never said a word. I was like, every time they spoke to me, I was like, yes, yes. Couldn't speak. I was so terrified. Luckily, I was with another girl and she chatted for me. Yeah, that's what I mean. You have to talk to people, don't you? Nobody wants to go to the hairdressers and have their hair done by a silent hairdresser. You know, if you only talk about the weather or your holidays, you've got to talk about something, haven't you? That used to be standard when you went to have your hair done. Have you been away yet? Even if it was midwinter, they would say, have you been away yet? Not that I go to the hairdressers anymore, as you can probably tell. I never found a hairdresser that could actually do a trim. Every time I went to the hairdressers, they used to chop yards off my hair. And then I never went again for months because they just... You want Chad to give your hair a trim, do you? Right, we'll send him round. You might have to feed him, though, yeah. It's getting bigger, but I don't think it's big enough yet for the back. It's getting near enough. Yeah, no, you ask for a trim and you finish up with a crew cut, yeah. It's getting near enough to divide to the armholes. I think just another row or two. Yeah, my hairdresser, oh God, they never knew. I did have a brilliant hairdresser. It used to cost me a fortune, but he was really, really good. And then he went and left, and they're not allowed to tell you where they've gone to, you know, because they're not allowed to poach, you know, custom from where they used to work before. And I could never find out where he'd gone to. You had to go to your dad's barber's shop for a trim. Yeah, I think, mind you, I don't know. And my ex-husband used to go for a haircut. I used to say if he had an economy cut, was it meant to last you all winter? I used to hate it when they used to chop his hair dead short. He said, why didn't you tell him you don't want it that short? I was like, who the heck are you, you know? He's still got a good head of hair. That's one thing my ex-husband did have. Wonderful thick hair. My dad was bald. My mum had a really thick head of hair. Guess whose hair I took after? My dad. My brother had more hair than me. And my two nieces have got quite thick hair. Where the heck did I get the weedy hair? You know, where did I get the thin hair? I've tried all these thickening shampoos and everything, and they don't work. Thickening lotions and stuff. It's always been thin. Oh, gosh. The only time it was thick or thicker was when I was pregnant, funnily enough. I had a lovely head of hair when I was pregnant. But of course, it all fell out after I'd had him. Fell out. Right, what am I doing now? If I do that, yeah, I could do another row, couldn't I? Yeah, I had these big alopecia bald patches after I'd had my son. Took me ages to get my hair to grow back. And it wasn't as if I bleached it back then. I had really, really dark brown hair. Very, very dark. It was almost black. I used to have really dark hair. But it went lighter and lighter as it... I think it's probably grey now. It's white at the sides. I think it's probably grey now. Biotin. I bought all kinds of thickening shampoos and something else. That Planter 39 or something that's supposed to make your hair thicker. If you've got weedy hair, you get weedy hair, which is what I've got. Thin, weedy hair. Very fine. Never mind. That's why I can't cut it short, because it just lies and dies on my head. You know, I can't make it go into a style or anything. It's too fine. Oh, it's a vitamin B. I used to take vitamin Bs. I don't take any vitamins now. I should. I buy them and then I never take them. I buy a tin. uh, yeah. I think I'll have my crisps. I think I'll have my chips or whatever. I had a ready meal for my lunch because they've all gone out. I couldn't be bothered cooking. And it was one of Aldi's. Oh, my dad. Yeah, my dad, my hero. I was a daddy's girl, can't you tell? Yeah. Hermits are us, yeah. That's what the kids are going to be like these days. They can't even instigate a conversation. You know, they're just, you know, even if you go in a cafe or you go in a shop or something and the young ones are on the till, they don't speak to you. You go in a cafe and it's an older woman serving you, you know, she'll say enjoy or enjoy your meal or something like that, or have you, you know, decided what you want? Whereas the young ones just stand there and go, yeah. Oh, I had stage fright when I was on the TV. Honest to God, I was like a rabbit. Ooh. Every time they spoke to me, I was like, ooh. It's so funny because I chat to everybody else and I chat everywhere. But the minute that camera was on me, it was like, no, take it away. Luckily, I was with two other friends and they chatted. So nobody found out that I didn't say much. You'll have to come from Liverpool one day, Jean. It'll be a case of two of us talking and nobody listening. Oh, my son thinks I'm weird. I don't care. I wear what I want now. I've given over being bothered by what people think. My dad was never. Yeah, he did tell me off. Yeah, he did. My mum was a disciplinarian. She was the harder one of the two. You never got a cuddle off my mum. Never. She must have loved me in her own way, I think, but you never got a cuddle from her. It was always my dad. If I was hurt or anything like that, I would always run to my dad. You know, he was the one who used to sit and tell me stories and read me, you know, bedtime stories. My mother never. No, she had no time for that. Go to bed. Go to bed. My son just looks at me rather aghast when I'm wearing something a bit bright, you know, like my nutty mother. But I don't care. I mean, I had an indigo moon jacket on that was all embroidered and appliqued the other day, and purples, of course. All bright flowers and everything on it. And I had a skirt on that was patterned with sequins. And a guy stopped me, and he wasn't chatting me up. He wasn't creepy. He just said, "Oh, you said you look so lovely." He said, "You're so colourful." He said, "You just brightened up my day." But he wasn't like creepy with it. He wasn't like, you know, trying to chat me up or out there. And I thought, oh, how nice. Yeah, I communicate with some of my relatives, mostly through Facebook. But no, I don't text my son, although sometimes I have to because they're both deaf as posts. I shout, 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 I'm going out now, I'm going out. I thought, "Oof." So I either ring them or send them a message, I'm going out now. Hi, Dawn. Princeland is purple, my favourite colour. Oh, yeah, I love purple. I have to stop myself buying everything in purple. When I had the shop, I had a lady who always wore pale pink. No, it wasn't Barbara Cartland or whatever. All she ever knitted was pink. She knitted everything in pink. You couldn't show her any other colour. She just wanted pink. And I believe she had a pink three-piece suite, a pink bathroom, and a pink kitchen. I've never seen a pink kitchen before, but she had a pink kitchen. She never saw her in anything else but pink. Everything she had, handbag, suitcase, thing on wheels that she did her shopping with, pink. Everything was pink. The house was just pink. Pink curtains, pink everything. Oh, they do that, Chris. Kids, you see them when they're out. They're all sitting around a table. But instead of talking to each other, they're all on their phones. My son and daughter-in-law do it. They're sitting at the opposite ends of the sofa, and they don't talk to each other. And then they'll start laughing, and they'll say, "Have you seen this? Have you seen that?" I always talk to older people. I'm an older person myself, but when I was younger, I used to always talk to the older people. My dad used to always say, have patience with the elderly people. You could be the only person they talk to all day long. He said, think about that. So from being about in my 30s or 40s, I've always talked to old people, always. So now I am an old person. I want people to talk to me. Oh, yeah, there's a lady on YouTube. She wears everything green, doesn't she? You're heading for the kitchen, righty-ho. Are you 26? Oh, well, I'm an old person. You can talk to me, Tinkerbell. Tinkerbell or Rosa. Old people are interesting. Well, they are when they're not moaning about their health. Well, that's another subject. But old people have got a wealth of information. I'm sorry I didn't listen to my dad more when he was alive. Many a time now I'd think to myself, my dad would have known that. I want to ask him. You know, he's been gone 20 odd years now. Something pops in my head that I don't know the answer to, and I'm like, God, I wish I'd have took more notice when my dad told me. Somebody will say something about writing or Oldham, you know, from the old days. Does anybody remember this? And I'm thinking, oh, gosh, if my dad was still here, I could have asked him that. He would have known. I always regret not getting, you know, a tape recorder or something and having him chatter. I'm hoping to get to Manchester one day, Jeannie, if you ever get to Manchester. Oh, you get amongst older women. They are really... They are rude sometimes, really rude. They don't have a filter. When you talk to older women, they'll tell you all sorts of stuff that they shouldn't. They're so funny. I grew up, that's why I'm crafty. I grew up around well, we used to call them maiden aunts in our day. The aunts who never married, yeah. I had two very, very crafty maiden aunts, and I also had another aunt who was widowed. And then there was my grandma. Bear in mind, there was no telly in those days. So I used to go to grandma's, and there'd be the three aunties there, me and grandma, and they would all be doing something. Embroidering, crocheting, sewing. Everybody, well, grandma never did, but she was elderly. And but they would all be doing something. So it just became a normal thing for me, you know, to actually grow up doing something. My dad was very artistic. He could do the most wonderful writing, you know, all kinds of different styles. He used to do the posters, you know, for the church. You know, they were having to bring them by. That's like the old jumble sale or coffee mornings and things like that. He would do the posters to put, you know, up on, you know, the board you have outside of a church that has a glass door that opens. He would make these posters on old wallpaper and draw and pin them on. He had a lovely. It did teach me, you know, to do it with the wide nib pens and all that, and brushes. But sadly, I never kept it up. Hello. You can't have crisps. You can't have crisps in Trixie Bell. You love a tram journey. Yeah, train journey, yeah. If I get to Manchester, I'll let you know. I don't know where I'm going. It'll probably be in the school holidays. What are you doing, Trixie Bell? Come and say hello. Come say hello. Come say hello. Come here. Come here, Fatty. Come here, Fatty. Come here. Oh, I need a crane. Oh, I need a crane. Here she is. Fatty. Trixie Bell. She's been scratching her face again. You see her poor sore face. She's been scratching it. We can't get it to heal up. Keep putting loads of lotion on it, but it's in the fold of her skin. There she is. Oh, she weighs a ton. Hello, my Rosie. You're beautiful, aren't you? You're going down again. You're going down again, Trixie Bell. What are you doing, Rosie? Wish you could see my Rosie. She's my beautiful one. Are you beautiful, Rosie, aren't you? Trixie's only come round because I've had crisps. And so she thinks she wants some, but of course I've eaten them. I'm not silly. Oh, my coffee's gone cold. I'd forgotten I'd made the coffee. Trixie, there's no more crisps. Crispies are all gone. Megan's podcast cancelled. Oh, yeah. Somebody said, what about her award? Well, I mean, good grief. Don't wonder they were cancelled. They were pretty boring, weren't they? I only watched one. It was enough for me. Right, I'm going to put the light on. I'm going to put the light on, Trixie Bell. Yes, I'm going to put the light on, darling. I'm going to be a good girl when I put the light on. It's getting dark and I can't see. I won't be a minute. Be a good girl. You don't have to follow me. I'm only going to the light. Oh. It's suddenly gone dark. Suddenly, life has new meaning to me. There we go. Shut the night out. Why have I got a long tail? Oh. Oh, let's get rid of Megan's little message. Don't want to know. Yeah, well, I'm hoping to get to Bury Market, Jean, and I'm hoping to get to Manchester. Hi, Sin. Hey. Hi, Dawn. Yeah, I'm hoping to get... Oh, God, she's worse. Trixie is always looking for something to eat. If we didn't monitor her food allowance, she would be absolutely enormous. I mean, I call her fatty now, but she's not overweight. She's just heavy. But, I mean, she goes to the vet. She's not overweight. They're just stocky as a breed, aren't they? But if we fed her as much as she thinks she should be fed, she'd be like a little pudding. She wouldn't be able to walk. She'd be like, a leg at each corner. There are some fat dogs over here as well. I think because, maybe people that are elderly think that they need more treats than they do. I think they give them too many treats. So it makes them a bit heavy. Oh. Eee. I've been watching the Steam Museum on TV, if you're in the UK. All the old steam trains. I love anything like that. I can remember going on steam trains because I'm old enough to remember that. Going on holiday, going down south or going to Wales on a steam train. You always got bits of soot in your eye because they used to fly through the open window. And the smell when you went through a tunnel. Oh, real sort of sulphury smell. But I used to love the trains used to go chiggity-jig, 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 chiggity-jig when you were going along. The new ones don't do that anymore. It was almost like they were playing a tune, when they used to go. I used to love this, going on them. The corridor trains. I used to go to London sometimes. My ex-husband had a spell where he worked in London for the GPO, the post office as it was. He was on the telecoms bit. And they ran short of people for some reason or other in London. And he was working down there for about 18 months, I think. And I used to go down occasionally, not every weekend, about maybe once a month or once every couple of months. I'd go down, spend the weekend with him. And I used to go down on the train. And they used to sing the song, didn't they? Chickity-jing, chickity-jing, chickity-jing. And they go, woo, 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 woo. Oh, it used to. Yeah, it regularly put you to sleep, the trains, yeah. Then the train changed to diesel. Oh, thank you, Jane. Are you feeling better, Jane? Not been well, have you? Not been well. She's been a bit poorly. You feeling better now, Jane? Yeah, the diesel trains are not the same, are they? You don't get the same atmosphere. But still, I don't go anywhere on a train now anyway. Haven't been on a train. I've been on a tram, but I haven't been on a train for absolutely ages. I keep thinking I'll go to Manchester on the train, but I never get around to it. If the tram was nearer and they'd finished the tram line to the train station, which they haven't finished yet. They keep saying they're going to finish it, but it's not done yet. If I could get on the tram and go straight to Blackpool train station and then go from Blackpool to train station to Manchester, because Manchester train station is right in the centre of Manchester. So it would be great. But at the moment, I would have to go quite a way to the tram stop, then get the tram into Blackpool, then make my way from Blackpool to the train station. Too much hassle. You seen a coyote? Oh, I hope you haven't. Oh, it's a good job you don't have your little doggy anymore. You have to watch your chickens if you still got chickens, Shad. Coyote. Ooh. I've never seen one. I've only ever seen one on the telly. Or like, Wile E. Coyote, that cartoon. That was a long while ago, Wile E. Coyote. Yeah, hope they're not after your chickens. We don't have a lot of predators where I live, really. Where I used to live before, we used to see foxes, quite regularly, foxes. But this doesn't seem to be much around here, only seagulls. We just have human vermin around here, yeah. We've had a spate of troublemakers and stuff. I know everybody gets them, but we've got them here. Just milling about, causing trouble, human vermin. Yeah, I used to get foxes when I lived in Prestwich. I didn't mind them. One of them had a standoff with one of my cats once. And I'm like, shoo, shoo, shoo. And the cat's going, the fox was just staring at it. Anyway, I walked out and made the fox run away and grabbed the cat and brought it in. I don't think the fox would have, I think it's just a rumour that the foxes eat the cats, but I didn't want to take any chances. I brought the cat in. The cat was hissing and spitting at me when I brought him in. I think he was spoiling for a fight, he was like, let me at him, let me at him. Knowing my cat, he probably would have won. Hi, Kaz. Guess where you are in bed? I'm all right. First guess. You in bed? You're working tomorrow. No, she's not in jail, Chris. Well, I don't think she is anyway. It's your birthday today. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Carol. Happy birthday to you. 21 again, are you, Cass? 21 again. Where's your cake? Of course you're naughty, Chris. Kaz. We can all be a bit naughty, can't we? Or 21 for the 3rd. No, don't admit to that. No, you have to be 36 forever. My mum was 36 forever. Until she got older, then she kept saying, I'm nearly 80, when she was about 76. I'm nearly 80, Old ladies tend to brag about their age when they get to a certain age. They want to add on. Yeah. Oh, Lolly's Wool Shack. Yeah, she's closed down. There's a nice one, I believe, in Blackpool. I've not been to it, called Mrs. Johnson's Emporium. but I've never actually been to that one. I only get as far as the Naked Sheep in Cleveley's, or there's a wool stall in Fleetwood Market. That's the only place I get to. We keep saying we're going to go to Mrs. Johnson's Emporium, but we never get there. But when Lolly's shut down, I was heartbroken. Yeah, I used to get a load of wool from there. She had some real bargains there, she did. Oh, you're going to celebrate tomorrow? She treated you to lunch. Oh, aren't you lucky? Yee! Happy birthday to Kaz. Oh, don't we all wish we had a 36-year-old body back? I'd settle for a 40-year-old one. Yeah, Lolly's. It was good. I'm sad she closed down. I think her husband died or something. You're having leftover barbecued chicken. Oh, quinoa, you can keep that. Roasted peppers. No. Garlic mashed potatoes, yes. And barbecued chicken. You can keep the quinoa. I don't like it. Don't like quinoa. Sorry. Oh, a lot of shops are like that. Yeah. Mind you, that a lady was buying a pattern in Naked Sheep, and I think it was £3.60. And I'm like, wow, patterns have really gone up. Now, the reason for that they won't sell you a pattern is because you can't, as a wool shop, you can't just order a pattern order. You can only order patterns when you're ordering wool. So obviously, if people are just buying patterns and going to buy the wool somewhere else, then you can't just buy patterns. So it means you don't have any patterns then for your customers who want to buy the wool. Yeah. So that's why they do it. That's why they limit you to, you can only have the pattern if you're buying the wool. Yeah. It's not their fault. It's the fault of the manufacturers that they won't let you just put a pattern order in. That's what used to happen with us anyway. Oh, Ali from Little Drops are wonderful, yeah. She goes to lots of different places. She's even been to Blackpool. Because of her come dancing, you know, she liked watching come dancing, is it, or Strictly or whatever. She went to Blackpool to see the ballroom at the Tower. I watched that one, Ali, yeah. I don't always watch her because she does a lot of knitting, which I'm not really into, especially when she starts knitting socks and stuff. But I like it when she goes out and about different places. Yeah, I pick and choose when I watch videos. If they start talking about knitting socks and that, I sort of get bored and wander off. Oh, she's a lovely lady. She is, Kaz, you're right there. But, you know, like when she's talking about her Strictly socks and all that lot, I just get a bit bored with that. Because I'm not into Strictly. My niece's son is actually into Strictly. Him and his sister watch it all the time. You wouldn't think a boy would be that interested, would you? I think he's about 12 or something. And he's quite a boy, you know. He plays football and cricket and that. It's not like he's, you know, like that, what's he called, that bloke that wants to be a ballet dancer, that film. Oh, God, I can't remember what it's called. When he went to ballet, got the Mickey took out of him. Can't think what it was called now. It was a film, wasn't it? Human vermin, yeah. We've got a few of them around here. Billy Elliot, that's the one. Billy Elliot, yeah. No, he's not Billy Elliot at all. He likes Structured Strictly, but he's definitely not a Billy Elliot. Oh, you like watching Sheila, yeah. Did you see that hat she had on, though? And she said, oh, Jan sent it to me. And I'm like, it wasn't me. It wasn't me. Don't blame me. I didn't send it to her. I think I've got to the armhole stage now. I think I'm ready. I think it might be. I don't know how much it measures, but I think it might be wide enough for across my back. It's not got to go across my bosom, it's got to go across my back. So I think it's all right. I think it's ready. Now I've got to try and decide where the armholes go, because of course I can't use her measurements now. Oh boy. Because I've got a lot more than what she does. Oh gosh. And I haven't got any. No, I don't like Strictly. When I was young, when I was little, I used to watch, I think it's called Come Dancing. Me and my mum and dad used to watch that, and it was all like sequence dancing, where it was all big dresses and, you know, she has sewn all the sequins on herself, you know. But it was like formation dancing, you know, and it was more formal. I used to like that, but I don't like Strictly. I don't like them prancing about doing the cha-cha-cha and stuff like that. I like ballroom dancing. Not as I can do it, but how do I get to? Yeah, I like ballroom dancing. How do I get a judge where the armholes are? I need some. I nearly said I need some magic markers. Stitch holders is what I meant. Not stitch holders, stitch markers. That's what I need, stitch markers. For anybody who wants to know, Trixie just farted. And it stinks. Hi, Sheena. I always break these stitch markers. Don't make them like they used to. Say that about most things, can't you? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll try 7. Oh God, she's vile when she farts. Honestly, she's vile. 1, 2, 3, 4. Clear a room. She's more evil than any man I've ever known. Absolutely awful. If Nathan is on here, but he's watching Titanic, Nathan would agree with me how bad a French bulldog smells. Oh, they're absolutely boo, aren't they? 4, 5, 6. Right, let me see if that's... Yeah, that could be armholes, couldn't it? How many armholes do I have to leave? Let's have a look. What it says, how many chain. Oh, I haven't got my glasses on. Oh, put my glasses. Can't see through them. I don't know why I'm putting them on. These aren't my readers. These are my other ones. No, I can't see. Can't see with them on because they're not reading glasses. Right, armhole. Can't read it. She must be a much slacker crochet than I am, because there is no way that 15 chain would do for my armhole. I'm sorry, but there isn't. Oh, you're going now. Okie dokie. Bye bye. Thank you for calling. Call again soon. Oh, it's telling me now I'm going to go auto to sleep. Press any button. There we go. Telling me I was going to sleep. Yeah. Yeah, if you could harness, French bulldogs behind, you could heat the whole house. Yeah. God, they are vile. Anywhere you go, I'll be there too. Oh, this is good. Trying to find out where to put the armholes. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see if that one works. Doesn't look big for an armhole, does it? That's the only problem when you have to alter the pattern. You can't take their word for anything. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know whether that's too low down or not for armholes. Oh, that's too big for the neck hole. I don't think so. Excuse me while I measure. No, that's about right. But then I need that much for armholes. Oh, I definitely need that much for armholes. Oh. Oh, I hate when I have to go off a pattern and I have to do it myself. When you can't just follow the pattern, but you've got to alter it all. Really annoys me. Because now I don't know whether to do loops or whether to do trebles or what. It'll probably be loops, won't it? And then I could do the loops. Yeah. Probably. Mm-hmm. Yeah, probably be loops. Just ignore me, I'm talking to myself. I knew they wouldn't go for a pint. I knew they'd be out all night. I don't know why I keep looking up there for a clock when it's over there. 10 to 11. They won't be back for a bit. They probably come back on the tram. Then have to walk from the tram stop. Unless they go mad and get a taxi, which probably they won't. Why have you done 6 chain when you're only supposed to do 4, Janet? You are a Dumbo. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm a Dumbo. No, I need to do a row of double crochet first before I do a row of chain. You don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just talking to myself. I do that a lot. They say it's only madness if you start answering yourself, don't they? But I do that as well. I talk to myself and then I answer myself. But they say that you get the best answers, don't they, if you talk to yourself? I've no idea what I'm doing now. I'm really going off piste. I think to get the tension right, I should have done Aaron. Now that you're getting weird now, Chris. That is weird. At least I don't do the silly voice when I'm talking to the dog. I've never done that. You know that little baby voice when you talk to your kids? Never done that. I never do that to the dog either. You're thinking things through out loud, yeah. But do you answer yourself? That's a thing, Patricia. Do you answer yourself or do you just think things out loud? Have you ever been in a supermarket though? And you're thinking and thinking, and then you think, did I just say that out loud? And you can't remember whether you just thought it or you actually said it out loud. When you're wandering around the supermarket on your own. I mean, I talk to myself in here. I'm like, oh, what are you doing? I say, if I do something, I go, oh, you're such a dumbo. What did you do that for? You know. Or what are you doing, Janet? It's my favourite one. What are you doing, Janet? What are you doing? When I'm doing something stupid. Oh, I'm glad I'm not on my own then. I'm glad somebody else talks to themselves. But you never know these days whether people are talking to themselves or they've got all them little ear things in and they're talking on the phone. I mean, a guy went past me the other day and he went, oh, hello, how are you? And I went, oh, I'm fine, thank you. And he said, I'm on the phone. I thought, I didn't know. Because the side he was on, he had his phone thing on the other side. I thought he was talking to me. He gave me such a dirty look. I said, I'm on the phone. mean, in the good old days when they had their massive phones, you could always tell they were talking. You know, when they used to have to hold the phone. What I don't like is, I was on the train once with this woman, and I kept giving her a dirty look because she was talking to her friend, and it was getting very, very personal about the date she'd been on the night before. And I'm like, we don't want to know the intimate details of your night out. I kept glaring at her. I felt like saying, do you mind? I read somewhere somebody said if people are talking on their phone in public, they should put it on speakerphone if they're having an argument, so at least we can hear, the other half of the conversation, and then we can make our minds up and take sides, who's right and who's wrong. It was really, Patricia, it was really too much information. It was, really intimate details about a date the night before. And I'm like, you're in a train carriage here. There's other people here. We don't want to know what you got up to last night. Hey, I don't know. If I'm anywhere in public and the phone rings, if I can, I always say, can I call you back? And so, I'm out with friends at the minute. Can I call you back? Or if it's something like the doctors or something like that, I'll say to my friends, I'll just go outside, and I go outside and finish my conversation, if it's the doctors or a receptionist or something that I can't put off. For a fact if you say, I'll call you back, you can't, yeah. But I don't want to have a conversation when I'm in the middle of a cafe or something. Or if they're trying to arrange an appointment, I'll say, do you mind sending me a text because I'm very forgetful? And they go, oh, yeah, no, it doesn't matter. We'll send you a text. If they're trying to arrange an appointment for me or something. Because I'm not lying, by and large, if they tried to arrange an appointment with me vocally, I would probably forget. It's quite hot here actually today, Kaz. It's not been sunny, but it's been, what do they call it, humid, yeah. I mean, it has to be hot because I haven't got a cardigan on, so it has to be hot, yeah. It's the kind of weather whether you don't know whether to sleep. I always have to put a nightie on. I can't sleep naked. Sorry, that's too much information. I can't. Whether to sleep with a duvet on or a cover over me. I miss the days of a sheet. When you used to have a sheet, because you could sleep, couldn't you, all night with a sheet over the top. We don't have sheets anymore. It's duvets, isn't it? And even with a summer duvet on, it's too hot. But yet you're too cold without it. You wake up in the middle of the night and you're shivering if you sleep on top of the bed. You don't know what to do for the best. Or you sleep with a leg hanging out, don't you, to keep your feet cool, or an arm hanging out, so that bits of you will stay cool. But I love a sheet. I think I should buy a sheet for the hot weather. I don't mean a fitted sheet, I mean a sheet, yeah. Like we used to have the good old fashioned sheet. Then you could just tuck it over you, couldn't you, in the hot weather? I mean, I hate putting duvet covers on. I hate it when you've washed your duvet cover and you have to struggle putting the duvets on. I've watched all videos of how easy it is to put things on, and I can't do it either way. So I think I might invest in sheets. And then you could wash your sheet, couldn't you, more often? Yeah, a flat sheet, that's what I want. When you could wash your sheets more often, then, you know, then you have to wash the duvet or the duvet cover. Don't mind washing the bottom sheet. I don't mind washing the top sheet. But I do not like putting duvet cover on. It really hurts me back. It takes me about 3 goes. I'd never be any good as a chambermaid, yeah. Yeah, nice cotton sheets, yeah. I don't know what it is here. Oh, it's 20C here at the moment. Oh, Trixie's at it again. It's making my eyes water. I'll be glad when they come and then they can take her outside. As long as she hasn't done it anywhere. One can still get them. I must have a look. I'll have a look on Amazon. Arian says, will you stop filling up the cardboard bin, you know, the paper bin, with boxes from Amazon? I said, well, I don't go shopping. So I'm Mrs. Amazon, you know. I think the Amazon people know their way down my street. But it's so handy when you can't get out and about, isn't it? You know. I used to have a Dunelm near me, you know, that sells cotton sheets and stuff. I used to love going in there. Getting all sorts of household things from there, yeah. But we don't have a Dunelm here. It's like everything here is a large car ride away. B&Q, miles away. Dunelm, miles away. IKEA, practically a train journey to get to IKEA, yeah. Oh, you're going to Medibos, are you now, Kaz? You won't be on next week. You're going to Birmingham to see a concert. Oh, lucky you. Lucky, lucky you. We will miss you next week. You're always missed when you're not on, Kaz, yeah. Are you going to see the Dixies? Well, they're not called the Dixies now, are they? They're called whatever. I think you said that's where you were going. Ooh, Chris, you're getting flirted with here. Have you been at the gin again, Kaz? Tra-la-la-la-la-la. Been ages since I went to a concert. They do have concerts near here. I could go to see a Meatloaf tribute band if I wanted to, sometime in July. And also it's Tram Sunday soon. I think it's the 16th of July, it's Tram Sunday. They have a parade down the street. I didn't see the trams last year. I didn't get around to them. I don't know why I missed them. But they had the old trams. He brought them up and parked them up, and for some reason I missed them altogether. Completely missed them. Oh, I used to go to concerts a lot before I was married. When I was a teenager, seen quite a lot of people. You know, the Rolling Stones, the Beatles, all people. Chuck Berry, Little Richard. Who else have I seen? Rolling Stones. The Baron Knights, Rod Stewart, Long John Baldry, Freddie and the Dreamers, Jerry Marsden, Electric Light Orchestra, Yellow. I've seen quite a lot of people. Neil Sedaka. Oh, Luther Vandross. Lulu. Seen Lulu. Seen a lot of people when I was younger. I used to go to a dance hall in Oldham, and I used to work at a bank. And for some reason, one of the blokes who ran the place, like the manager and the under manager, took a fancy to me, not in a creepy way. He used to treat me like I was his daughter, really. And he always used to give me tickets to go. That's how come I got to see the Beatles. He was a nice guy. He used to say, come to the front of the queue and ask the bouncer for me. If you haven't got a ticket, just ask the bouncer for me. Just tell him that you want to talk to me. So I did, and he used to just beckon me and say, come on. So I never paid. Oh, when I saw Rod Stewart, he was only a kid. Long before he was really, really famous, yeah. You're going to sleep as well, are you? Well, thank you very much for your company, Tinkerbella Rose. I hope you come back again. Hi, Yolanda. I used to, but I think he needs to give up now. I'm not being horrible to him, but I think it's time he retired. His kids want him to retire, apparently. Oh, he was very good when he was younger, but, like a lot of pop stars, when they get to a certain age, it's time to rest on their laurels now. Oh, thank you. Yeah, you're welcome back anytime. You're welcome back. As I say, we're a very friendly bunch on here. Everybody's nice. You went to see who? Who? Who did you go and see, Jean? Well, I live right next to Park Life, so I used to get to hear everything for free. I never went to Park Life. I didn't want to go. Too much trouble and drugs and everything. They never did find out who killed that lad. The lad got punched and killed at Park Life about a few years back. Never found out who did that. Everybody must have known who did it, but I lived about a mile away from Park Life. But They didn't get, the sound didn't get travel very well. I remember Oasis being on when they were still together. And they were dreadful. Well, they sounded dreadful at my end. But I hated the punk the most. When the punk bands used to be on, oh my God, they used to yell their lungs out. Oh, it was awful. I mean, it might have sounded better when they were nearer, but like I was a mile away, and all I could hear was a shout, and I couldn't hear the music particularly. All I could hear was them shouting their lungs out. They were from Mongolia. Who? Not heard of them, actually, Jean. Now, if Rick had been on, he'd have known what you were talking about. But he's another one that's disappeared. Somebody said he couldn't come back because he'd been banned, but I didn't ban him. So I don't know where he got that from. I mean, he got on my nerves a bit sometimes, but but I didn't ban him. You've turned your Wi-Fi on. Whee! I've got a cold coffee here. I'm drinking it this late at night. I probably won't sleep. I think I need to try this on my mannequin before I do armholes. I get a better idea when I put it on the mannequin just where, the armholes sit, yeah. They're a new band. No, I'm old-fashioned, Jean. I'm not with the modern music. I'll hold my hand up. I'm like my dad. I can remember my dad when the Beatles and that came on and the Rolling Stones. He's going, "What's all this caterwauling?" Oh, Christine fan, yeah. Christine is a dog, by the way, for those of you who don't know. They are evil dogs when they fart. Really evil. My Buster used to do that, and then he used to turn around and sniff as if to say, "Who did that? Was it you?" I used to think, no, it wasn't me. Poor Sue used to always get him sitting. And she said, "I don't mind him sitting on the sofa next to me, but why do I always have to have his bottom my way? Why does he always have to put his head on your knee and point his bum my way?" said, I don't know, I guess you're just lucky that way. Oh, I don't know what I'm doing here. I think that's supposed to be where I'm supposed to be doing the chain. For my armholes. Right. Let me do the armholes and see. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Does that go anywhere near? No, it doesn't. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. 30. Maybe 30 will do it. I don't know. No, I don't think 30 will do it. 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. Let's try 35. If 35 will do it. Yeah, 35 will do it. Yeah, but you've got young ones. I mean, my son's heavy metal, kind of. It's not rock, he doesn't, you know. He's like more your Iron Maiden and stuff like that. We thought it was thundering then, but then I realised it was a car that was going past. These dogs have not been out for a wee. I hope they haven't done anything. Well, Rosie won't. The back door's open. Rosie won't do anything, but Trixie can't be trusted. She'd been out in the garden all day. And then she came in and whittled in the conservatory. The monkey's uncle. So they can have a look when they come in. When they come in. I don't know what time the trams finish. If they miss the light tram, they'll have to get a taxi. That'll be quite expensive from Blackpool as well. Probably about 20 quid. Whereas there's only a few quid on the tram. Yeah, I hope there's no more from our Trixie Bell. Oh dear. I hope I've got the armholes in the right place here. That was Rosie just sighing very loudly. I've been drinking coffee, so now, of course, I'll be wide awake until it's time to go to bed. I need to take photographs of those dresses I've got to put on eBay. I sold the wool I put on eBay. I should have done it all because it was cheap enough. I think I sold it all but one lot. just one lot of fine purple that nobody seems to want. $1,000. Good Lord. Hi, Lydia. I'm sorry, if I had $1,000, I wouldn't pay it. You can probably watch it all on YouTube in another couple of weeks, yeah. I don't know how they get to command those kind of prices. In about 5 years' time, people will be saying, Taylor who? Should be lucky if she plays a little theatre out somewhere in the sticks. See, she's ditched another boyfriend. She doesn't stay with him long, does she? Ought to be young. Have a boyfriend every other week. I think she was with the last one about 3 weeks. Love of her life. 3 weeks later, he's gone. That's the story of the young lives these days. I found my forever love. Oh, bye. I found another one now. Oh, so she says, yeah. I bet she's getting a cut out of it. To serve them right if nobody bought any tickets. But you know that some idiot will. Oh, God, yeah. Perhaps that's where she gets her inspiration from, breaking up songs. Heartbreak songs. I don't know what she sings, I don't know her. I've heard of her, but only because of all of her different boyfriends. I don't know what she sings. No idea what she sounds like. Is she worth $1,000? I wouldn't pay that kind of money to watch anybody. They always turn up on YouTube eventually, don't they? No, I couldn't tell you anything she sings. What does she sing? Anybody know? One of her hits. Yeah. Anybody know what she sings? Hello? I can't think of anything she sings. You don't know? No, I don't know either. You know, it's not like she's like, everybody knows something that Ed Sheeran has done. Everybody knows something that Celine Dion's done and people like that, but I've never heard of anything she's done. If somebody said a title, I might remember who she was. But nobody seems to know anything she's done. It's a wonder Chris hasn't looked it up by now. Chris is my font of all knowledge. He's always the one who goes, ah, well, it was such a thing. So we've all agreed we don't know anything that she's made. Anything that she's done, we don't know. You can't think of one. No, I just can't. I don't even know. Like I say, I've heard her name, but only because she keeps breaking up with all his boyfriends. That's the only reason I know. 2, 3, 7, 8, 9, 10, 32, 33, 34, 35. A song about Tim McGraw. Bad Blood and Shake It Off. Never heard of it. You've not on the TV. You don't miss much, Chris. You don't miss much. All it is bad news. That's all it ever is. Bad news. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All good children go to heaven. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. She big in country? I don't know. As I say, I can't tell you anything she's done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. I'm working on a circular vest, but because I've had to alter the pattern, I'm struggling now when it comes to armholes because I want to get them even. And I'm struggling to get them even. Evil. Yeah, I'm struggling to get them evil as well, yeah. Because I've had to make the pattern bigger, because my wool is thinner than a US 4, everything I like is always made in a worsted yarn. We don't have worsted yarn in the UK. We have double knitting, which is finer, and we have Aran, which is thicker. So I struggle. So when I do it in double knit, which is my preferred thickness, everything comes out smaller. I wish we all had the same thickness of yarn without all this messing about. Yeah, I started not avoiding American patterns, but gritting my teeth when I buy one. Because I know it's not going to work out dead right without a lot of jiggery pokery. If you buy an English pattern, at least you've got 3 weight, which is double knitting. So you can at least crochet things with an English pattern. But we struggle here because everything seems to be in a worsted yarn. I don't know whether it's your go-to thickness. You know, does everybody knit with worsted yarn in America, or crochet with worsted yarn? Is that why all the patterns are worsted? I mean, Red Heart, come on, it's not exactly gorgeous, is it? At least our yarn's soft. You make something in Red Heart, it stands up on its own. Worsted really, well, I don't know if it's all like that, but Red Heart is absolutely, you know, it sort of stands up on its own. You get loads of patterns for Red Heart. Seems to be the go-to yarn in America. You know, our yarn is much softer and whatever. I mean, I bought Red Heart. Don't get me wrong, I have. I prefer things like Karen Simply Soft and stuff. Red Heart would be great for making a basket or something. Or a bucket hat. You know, something that needs to be stiff. They're so hot. Yeah, they're very thick, aren't they? They're an unusual weight. They're not Aran and they're not double knit. Well, for us, it's a weight in between. So we don't know when we get an American pattern. If I do it in double knit, which I prefer, it comes out too small. But if I do it in Aran, it comes out too thick and chunky. I just wish we'd all have the same thicknesses of yarn. It's bad enough that you've got FGE and whatever with your with your crochet hooks. And G seems to cover two sizes. G covers a 4mm and a 450. I'm like, what? And also different brands of crochet hooks are all different sizes. You can get a 4mm in one crochet hook or a G in one brand of crochet hook. You get another brand of crochet hooks and it's a completely different size. So I don't know how the heck you managed to get anything to turn out the right size when everything's a different size. And certain sizes you don't seem to have at all. There's quite a few sizes that are completely missing. Right. I'm hoping that the armholes are not too far apart. Whether that's too big of a collar. Oh gosh, I don't know. How wonderful when you can't decide. I'm getting fed up now. I think I'll stop in case I've done that row wrong. I've put armhole strings in and I don't know whether they're in the right place because that looks rather wide for a collar. That collar bit flops over like at the back like that. And I don't know whether it's too big. Whether the armholes are too low. I'll have to try it on my mannequin. So I think tonight I'm going to stop before I get any more. Before it gets worse, if you know what I mean. And I've lost my lid. Oh, there it is. I've lost my lid. And I've lost my markers. Don't know where I put my markers now. Where have I put my stitch markers? They must be somewhere around. I'll find them in the morning when I'm not looking for them. I'll cover that up because I'm bound to knock it off. Hey! There's my pattern. Put my pattern up there. Right. What time is? It's 11:30 and they're still not home. I hope they don't miss that last tram. It's going to cost them a fortune on a taxi. Taxi! I used to love that programme. Danny DeVito. And oh, there they are. And Judd somebody or other in Taxi. And Mary Lou Henner, what's she called? Mary Lou somebody or other. Oh, oldie yarn. It's not exactly good, Lydia. It's not exactly clever yarn. I very rarely buy oldie yarn. You remember Taxi? Yeah. And that one that was the mechanic. I used to love him. Yeah, Mary Lou Henny, was she called? Hennessy? Something like that. She actually plays the mum in some films. No, all the yarn. It didn't used to be so bad. They used to get it from Turkey, but now they get it from China now, and it's not the same. Some of it's as rough as anything. No, I prefer getting it from the shop like the Pato. I mean, this is one at $1.29, $1.30. Yeah, but even Sheila just got off the older yarn now. Yeah, Sheila manages to get cheaper yarn than I do, but it might be cheaper on Berry Market, but I'm not really buying much at the moment. No, this is nice. I won't say it's... What annoys me is one lady that I watch, well, 2 or 3 ladies that I watch, and they go, oh, it's butter soft. And I'm like, butter soft? What do you mean it's butter soft? If it's butter soft, it means it rubs up, pills up. You know, we can get a baby yarn here that's butter soft. But you wear for a lady's jumper and it'll rub up like anything across. You get big knots and pills. What is this thing some people on YouTube, when they say, I've made this sweater, she's lovely. Since when has a sweater been she? She's lovely. She's made, she's this, she's that. No, it's not a she, it's an it. You know. Hayfield, yeah. Hayfield bonus. And James C. Brett. That's what we've got in England. But why do these young ones keep calling things she? Hi, Nana. Hi, Nana Michelle. But why are things she? Tell me, please. Why is the sweater she? Isn't she lovely? She's lovely. No, it's an it. Doesn't have a gender. It's a sweater. It's made out of Hayfield. Yeah, I've used Hayfield. The only one I went off, but it's gone out of stock now, was Robin. Robin went very hard. Harsh. But it's gone now. Yeah, I thought the sweater was in it. I watch a woman, well, she's in America, she's called Erin B. And everything is she. And everything is, what's the adjective she uses all the time? She uses one advert or one adjective all the time. Can't think. Well, it might be cute, it might be this, it's this. Oh, it's so cute. Oh, it's so this. When they've said it about 20 times in one video, it becomes like, stop it. Certain people have got certain phrases or whatever. They use them all the time. I hope I don't. Yeah, my necklace is one of eBay's specials. It was a Marks and Spencer's originally, I think. It's just all like pieces of plastic, cut to a shape. I've got another one, all in pastel colours. I think it's pinks and lilacs and creams. Have you finished watching Titanic now, Nathan? I'm eating spearmint chews that I got from a old-fashioned sweetie shop in Affinity. It's called the Sweet Emporium. Haven't had spearmint chews for ages. Trixie keeps farting, Nathan. You know what that is, don't you? You've got a French bulldog. You'd love this sweet shop. It's got rows and rows and rows of the bottles. Plastic bottles. All the old-fashioned sweets that you remember when you were a kid. They've got them all. You're like, oh, going along. Everything you used to eat when you was a little kiddie, well, in the UK, all there. I had to be very firm with myself, Nathan. I could have spent my whole pension. I had to be very, very firm and say no. I took my friend in. She'd never been in before. I think she spent about 20 quid. Well, she didn't buy it all for herself. She did buy some for her grandchild. Or so she said. I bought it all for myself except for some mints that I got for me. My daughter-in-law, she likes the extra strong mints. So I got her a packet of them. I don't like those like round ones that look like chalk. They set my teeth on edge. Ooh. They used to do some mints in England called Clarnico, I think they were called. And they look like a cushion because they were like a big round mint with like lines across, like a square. My gran used to love those. Oh, they used to set my teeth on end. Oh, ooh. Yeah, I introduced my friend to Cole's Foot Rock. She'd never had it before until she came over here because she's a Londoner. So she'd never heard of Cole's Foot Rock. Rosie has gone out of the room. Rosie's great. She won't do anything. She goes out the back door if she needs a wee. But this little one cannot be trusted. We got asked if we wanted her dad. I'm like, no. Oh, mint humbugs, yeah. I've got a pack of assorted mints. I've opened them upside down, actually. They're assorted mints from Marks and Spencer's. And there's a humbug for you. There's a humbug. Humbug. These are quite strong, the white ones. And then there's the butter mints. Yeah, all different kinds of mints. I think there is a chewy mint in here. Or there used to be. No chewy mint. Those are the peppermint. Those are the buttermint. And those are the humbugs. Here in Fleetwood, they make a sweet called a Fisherman Friend. It's like a really strong cough lozenge. Apparently it was invented for the fishermen when they got coughs. They couldn't take a bottle of cough mixture with them. So they took these solid lozenges of cough mixture that they used to suck. Apparently they export them all over the world and they do different flavours now. I like the original ones. Yeah, there's about 10 different flavours now, Fisherman Friend. Get licorice ones and all kinds of ones. What are you doing now, Rosie? I wouldn't sniff her bum if I was you, love. Because she keeps farting. Big stretch. Big stretch for a little dog. I'm eating mints. You don't like mints. Rosie came straight up to Trixie and sniffed her bum. I said, I wouldn't do that if I were you, love. Nobody wants to sniff your bum. No. Nobody wants to sniff your body. Because you're a fat bum. Yes, stinky bum. I think I've heard of Altoid mints. Rosie, what are you doing? Oh, you're all right, sweetheart. Sitting on the sofa. Rosie's getting very restless. She thinks it's time they were home as well. It's 10 to 12 and they don't come back soon. They'll have missed the last tram. I don't know what time the last tram is. I've lost my pencil sharpener. I need to sharpen that pencil. I thought there was one in the drawer, but my drawer is a mess. They come in a little tin. Oh, right. No, I don't think we do. I've heard of them, though. I'm sure I've heard of them. I don't know why. We have polo. No, the mint with the hole. I think I've got some in here. Oh, I've got some more mints here. Oh. My drawer is a mine of information. Might as well put them in there. They've probably gone soft, actually. They've been in there too long. But I'll get rid of that. Thought I had some polo in here. Polo, the mint with the hole. Oh, I do. There we go. Polo. Polo, the mint with the hole. I've got all sorts in here. Well, not licorice, also. All sorts of stuff. All kinds of things. I should really sort this drawer out, actually. I should sort it out, but I don't. What is that? Oh, it's a spatula thing. It belongs to some glue. Oh, I'm going to throw those away. I bought some sweets when I went on that spa trip, and they were throat and chest sweets, and they were absolutely vile. They need to go in the bin. I don't think if I had a sore throat, I'd want one of them. So I've had them quite some time. I've had them since I went to, where did I go to? Skipton. I've had them since I went to Skipton. And they were not nice. Well, hello there, Mr. Trevor. And how are you? I did send you a message ages ago, but you didn't reply. No. Naughty Trevor. I sent you a text message saying, are you okay? Are you still in the land of the living? But you didn't reply. I'm hurt. You hurt my feelings. You didn't reply. Are you back on your boat, Trevor? On your yacht? Well, it's not a yacht, is it? On your canal barge. You've been where there was no signal. Ooh, back or beyond. Are you back on your barge? Ooh. Life on the ocean wave, a life on the rolling deep. You have been missed. People keep saying, have you heard from Trev? Have you heard where Trev is? I'm going, no. You've been in Stockport. Oh, what a pity I wasn't still in Manchester. I could come and say hello to you if I'd have been still living in Manchester. Thought I heard a car door, but I didn't. Too far for me to come from Fleetwood, though. We don't have any canals in Fleetwood. We've got a river, but not sort of same, is it? If I'd have been in Manchester, I would have made it to Stockport. But I'm not. I'm eating too many of these sweets. I'm going to put them away. I didn't have any chocolate today, but I've probably eaten my body weight in sweets. I haven't been for years, to be honest with you, Trev. Been a year since I went to Stockport. It's a bit posh, a bit posher. The posher end of Manchester. South Manchester. It's like Didsbury and places like that. They're quite posh. We're always friendly up north. Even Ian McClellan said we were very friendly in Manchester, very friendly up north. People from, down south are always amazed when they come to like Manchester and districts and say, oh, people are so friendly here. We do, we speak. We still say love to anybody, even though it's not politically correct anymore. We don't give a hoot. What's one thing you're grateful for right now on Facebook? I don't know who's put that up. What am I grateful for? Being alive, staying alive. Yeah. Not getting my diabetes jab, but apart from that, staying alive. £4 a pint you're staying. Yeah, we don't have London rates up here. Actually, that's quite expensive, £4. You're in the posh end of Manchester. If you come to the scruffier end, you probably don't pay that much. Yeah, the Bee Gees, staying alive. Didn't do them much good. Did it though? There's only one left of the Bee Gees. There's only Barry left. Yay. Nathan's on. Shad was on. I'm trying to think who else you know. Chris. You know Chris. Chris is on. Just trying to think who else you knew when you used to come on, yeah. Yeah, just Barry. All that's left is Barry. He was the eldest one as well, Barry. And he's the one that's still left. You're on, Denise, yeah. But I don't know whether Trev knows you or not. Yeah. Yeah, I know you're on, Jean. But I'm just trying to think of the other ones that used to be on when Trev used to come on every week. I'm trying to think of those people. Maybe you were on every week, maybe. You knew Trev from before. Yeah, they were in Manchester for a while. I don't know where they were born, but they were in Manchester. They lived in Manchester for ages. And then they went to Australia. And then they came back again, yeah. Were you on when Trev used to come on, Jane, as well? Oh, I keep biting that bit of my lip that I bit. You can't put a plaster on the inside of your mouth, can you, to stop yourself biting it? Yeah, I bit it and it's swollen up, and now every time I move, I bite it again. Never got to heal up, is it, if I keep biting it? Oh, you remember him on his canal boat, yeah. You're not seeing anybody's chat? Oh, I'll say hello to you. I'm not biting the other side. No, I've had enough with this. I had the filling on this side as well. Monthly rules reminder. Who am I getting this from? Quickly review our group rules. I have no idea who's sending me them. You know, Trev, you might not remember you. You used to go on his lives to hear him speak. So kind, and I love his accent, and of course I enjoyed his diamond painting too. Oh, there you are. Somebody remembers you. I don't think Trev's done any videos for a long time. Well, I've not seen any. Ice. We don't have ice here. The freezer is in the garage, and I don't think there's any ice cubes if I go in the garage. Are you still doing your diamond painting and your resin and everything else you were doing? Are you too busy painting a boat? What is your hobby of choice now, Trev? What are you doing now, Trevor? Your hobby of choice, or your paying hobby of choice, I should say. You're busy painting the boat. Yeah, but that's not a paying hobby unless she's paying you. Is she paying you to paint a boat, or are you just doing it for a friend? Got to earn your coppers somehow. Oh dear, I've got something in my eye now. Something in my eye. Oh, she's paying him food. Oh my gosh, that'll probably cost her a lot of money then. Not that I know what you look like. I don't know whether you're skinny or chubby or what. I have no idea. I've talked to you all this time, Trevor, and I've no idea what you look like. I've only ever seen your hands when you were doing the live things. I've just seen your hands. That's the only bit I've ever seen of you is your hands. You can't get a feel of a person from a pair of hands. You know, you don't know whether they're fat, thin, small, big, whatever. Yeah. Everybody knows what I look like, but I don't know what other people look like. From the side, not so wide. Oh, you saw a bit of his face when he dressed up like Santa. I didn't see that. I didn't see him when he looked like Santa. No, I never got to see him. Never got to see him. If I'd have been in Manchester and he was in Stockport, I would have got to see him because I would have gone and seen him. He'd have probably gone in hiding when he saw me coming. Probably hid in the boat. Oh, it's her going. You'd have known it was me because I'd have been rolling along the canal bank. Your phone's dying, Jane. Oh, well, it's nice to see you on anyway. You've been missing because you've been poorly. Nice to see you back on, Jane. Even if your phone is dying. You'll have to make sure it's fully charged for next week. Yeah? Is that a promise, Jane? My phone's probably dying because I forgot to charge it up last night. I had a choice of charging up my Fire Stick or charging up the phone. Oh, I don't know what's going on here. What is going on? Well, I don't know what that message was all about, because I can't find it on here when it kept saying about the rules or something. Not on there. So whatever rules I'm supposed to be reading, they're not on there, are they? A little bit like Norman Lovett. Who's Norman Lovett? You thought he was hiding his face because he was Norman Lovett. Who's Norman Lovett? Who is it? I have been fortunate enough to speak to him on the phone. That was a long time ago. Yeah. Oh, my lip. Hurting. It's hurting. It is. It's hurting. I'm poor. I got a boo-boo. Surprisingly enough, it's not an ulcer. Are you going, Jane? I hope you can manage to come on next week. Make sure your phone's charged up for next week, Jane. Yay! Good night, Jane. Good night. Sleep tight. What's that from? Adieu, adieu, adieu. From a musical, isn't it, I think? Oh, that's lovely. I'm waiting for that keyring. I need a keyring to put on my scooter key. Where's scooter key? Yeah, what's that from? Good night, good night. I know Dudley Moore and Peter Cook used to do that, didn't they? We're leaving you. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. Yeah, I think it was Peter Cook and Dudley Moore. Dudley used to play the piano. Good night, we're leaving you, goodbye. Well, isn't the Sound of Music? You promise, right? Okay, Jane, we'll hold you to that. We shall see you next week with a fully charged phone. Yeah, but Dudley Moore used to do it as well. Yeah, Julie Andrews sang it, but Dudley Moore and Peter Cook, they did, oh, look at that bingo wing. They did a TV series. Oh. And, yeah, I've bit my tongue now. She'll have to file that filling down. It's biting my tongue. That was it. So long, farewell, Auf Wiedersehen, good night. Lawrence Welk. Is that who sang it, Lawrence Welk? No, I can remember Peter Cook and Dudley Moore. They used to come. They had a show, didn't they? I think it was on BBC. A good while ago. Well, it would be. I think they both passed away now. I know Dudley Moore has. I think Peter Cook has as well. People keep dying. It's not right, is it? Glenda Jackson the other week, wasn't it? You think, oof, how many more? Oh, I don't know that one, Lydia. And a one, and a two, and a 1, 2, 3. Hello, John. you late? Have you been out tonight for a pint? You're a bit late tonight. Have you been in the boozer? Oh, you're leaving us already. I'll be going very soon when the family come home. I'm not going to bed till they come home because otherwise the dogs will come with me. You're drinking a can at home, yeah. Oh, Grandma never missed Lawrence Welk. I've never heard of him. Never heard of him. Not surprising. I've not heard of a lot of people. I finished my can of orange off. As soon as I drank my coffee. That's really sweet, although it's 0 sugar. It's probably loaded up with sweeteners, isn't it? All the sweeteners you're not supposed to have. That is sweet. Your friends in Glastonbury? I've never been to a festival. Even though there was one in Prestwich round the corner from where I used to live. Park Life. I used to hear Park Life from my decking, unfortunately, because it wasn't always lovely. Obscure pop groups wailing. I've never been into festivals, you know, mud and rain and sleeping in a tent and stuff like that. Nah. It's too sort of earthy for me. I'm a bit precious. Trying to get a festival going in County Kerry. I hope it don't rain though, you know, mud and I mean the fields would never be the same again, will they? After all those people have tramped all over it and muddied everywhere. Oh God, I need them Portaloo toilets. Oh God, no, I'm definitely not a festival person. I'm too precious. I'd have to have a caravan or something. You know, my own toilet, you know, my own shower. God, I'd never go to a festival. Oh no, I can't walk on anything. It's not flat and it's ploughed field and mud and never been my scene that at all. I'm too precious, John, too precious for things like that. Mud. Rain. No. Definitely never appealed to me, not even when I was young. I think the only festival I would have ever gone to if I'd have been in America would have been Woodstock, yeah. But English ones, nah. Ooh. Sounds like thunder. Sounds like thunder in the distance. Or if they're walking back from the tram and they're going to get wet. Oh no, it's probably a taxi. I think they're arrived home. Alchemy Festival, a Burning Man Fest. Oh God, Denise, it sounds terrible. It was bad enough when we had the festivals in the park. I didn't like the punk ones. Oh God. Anything but the punk. There's a car outside, so it could be a taxi. Or it could be something else completely. No, it obviously wasn't a taxi because it's gone. I thought it might have been them coming home, but no such luck. Alchemy. I've drunk my drink, drunk my can, eaten my sweets, eaten my crisps. I'm wide awake now. I can't go to bed until they come home because I'm not taking Trixie to bed. Yeah, he probably wasn't in his, yeah. You got to go, Yolanda. Well, thank you very much for joining us. Yeah, I'll be going soon when they come home from the pub. The pub. I think they missed the last tram now. They'll probably have to get a taxi. So that probably means they won't bother coming home till late. Free spirits burning stuff up. Oh, gosh. Sounds like the Wicker Man, doesn't it? And all them festivals now, when they set fire to things, build bonfires and stuff. Oh, excuse me. That's me fizzy orange. You're going to sleep. Oh, are you sleeping on the painted boat? Or are you sleeping somewhere else? I hope you're not sleeping with paint fumes. Do your chest in. Oh, I don't know, Dawn. Another 2-hour milkshake. Oh, yeah, I'm full of that. Oh, yeah, you're sleeping on the boat? Oh, my God. Watch your chest. Paint fumes will give you chest troubles. You'll be on your inhaler. Night, Trevor. Thank you for joining us. It's lovely to see you. Come back soon. Yeah. Yeah. 2-hour milkshake. Oh, God, that was terrible, that. I can't have milkshakes from the cafe anymore because they use cow's milk and it upsets me tummy. They could do oat milk or almond milk. I could have. No, soy milk, is it? No. I should take my own milk and say, can you make me a milkshake with that? Blimey, they're late. midnight. Should have said to him, you should be Cinderella. You've got to be in by midnight. They're probably having a whale of a time. Oh, hello, she's off. God knows where she's gone. If she's going for a wee in the conservatory, I'm going to clock her on. Now, it won't be me that's mopping it up because I ain't mopping it up. I never was, Jean, never was lactose intolerant until about a year. About a year or so ago, I got really bad stomach, bit like gastroenteritis, and it lasted and lasted, and I went to the doctors and they did all kinds of tests on me. And they never really found out what it was, but suddenly I couldn't drink cow's milk. How can you live 70? Well, I was a year ago, say 76. How can you live 76 years of your life drinking cow's milk and then all of a sudden? I haven't actually tried going back to it to see whether or not I can drink it, but I did have a milkshake about 3 or 4 months ago from the cafe. Boy, it really upset my stomach. So, I don't know. But I don't know where the little one's gone. I do hope she's not having a tinkle somewhere. She's a pain in the bottom. Literally a pain in the bottom. for doing tinkles in places she shouldn't. She's supposed to be fully trained. She's just being a little git. You can't eat ice cream. I managed to eat some ice cream. On Thursday, we went to a different cafe. And I had a Freddie Mercury. A Freddie Mercury with strawberry ice cream with a little meringue thing stuck on top. So a piece of sponge cake, which was cream and jam, but it had squirty cream on it. Blech. Didn't like that. Yeah, you don't want the Burning Man, John. No, you just want music. Don't you have any Cayleys, are they called? Is that Scotland, where they have Cayleys, where people played fiddle and stuff like that? I always think they sound more fun. I'd be more into a folk music festival rather than a heavy metal. I've got a spot. Look at that, my back. I scratched the top off it. You're celebrating Pride Month, yeah. I used to like the Pride Parade in Manchester when I could go and stand. I can't stand anymore. But COVID ruined it. It stopped. It stopped being as good. Pride Month, it's LGBTQ whatever. It used to be just LGB, didn't it? But now it's QT something or other and all that jazz. It's a month where they celebrate if they're gay. But now they've expanded it to whatever. Gay and if you're not sure. That's how I put it myself. Just gay and not sure. But they have a good parade. They do throw a good parade. I've got to say that myself. Manchester's got killed by COVID. It was never the same afterwards. But it used to be a brilliant parade, yeah. People used to come from all over the world, and march with the banners and stuff. Maybe sometimes in their own country they're not allowed to publicly say that they're gay and march with a banner. But it used to be a really good parade. I just love a good parade. I don't care if people are gay or whatever. I just love a good parade. I'm there waving my banner, yeah. Yeah, I mean, years and years ago, like Prestwich used to have a carnival, carnival parade, and that was pretty good, and it just went right off. And Fleetwood apparently had the carnival last week, and apparently my friend said she's a Fleetwood person, born and bred in Fleetwood. And she said, God, it was rubbish compared with the way it used to be. I mean, Prestwich Carnival used to be, oh gosh, used to be, when Ian was small, great. But people have got other things. They don't like carnivals and stuff like that now. I mean, it's Tram Sunday on, I think it's July the 16th here in Fleetwood. I mean, that was a parade and stuff like that. People, walking on stilts and like those steampunk things that were coming through, like, they had the dancing girls, the ones with the pom-poms and stuff, the marching bands and stuff. And they had a parade of cars, the old-fashioned cars, classics. They were coming through, and they had some articulated lorries there and everything. And they had the usual floats all decorated. I did go and see that, but I missed seeing where the trams were. They had the old trams, they wheeled them out of the museum and brought them up. But for some reason I missed all that. I missed the trams. I mean, it's called Tram Sunday. You think I would be looking for the trams, wouldn't you? But I missed them. I mean, they have all the usual stalls selling hot dogs and ice creams and stuff like that. I actually got a bag given to me by the Quat funeral. I stopped to admire a hearse of all things, but it was a hearse with all poppies all over it. And I just stopped and I said, "Oh," I said, "it's so pretty." And this girl said, "Oh, you can have a bag." And she shoved this bag in the front of me. I had a basket on the front of the scooter. When I got home, it said Co-op Funeral on it. It was a nice bag as well. But I don't know if she thought I was like, she was touting for trade. I looked as though I might need her services very soon. All I did was I said, does it cost any more like to get the funeral car with the poppies on it? I said, because when it's my turn, I'd like the poppies. And she goes, "Oh, no, I'll just request the one with the poppies on it." So, yeah. I don't want the horse and cart thing, the horse and whatever. My ex-husband's grandson, he died at 18. His funeral's next Wednesday. He's having a horse and carriage thing, yeah. I just think that's a little bit pretentious. Hearse will do. Yeah. I want to be remembered. I want poppies on the side of mine, or flowers. I want people to go, "Ooh, look at that," as I glide by. Not that I can see it, but you never know. Maybe I could look down on it and go, "Ooh, look, there's me. There's me on my way." I wish they'd hurry up and come home. I want to go to bed. Well, I don't want to go to bed, but I don't want to go to bed because Trixie will come with me. It's not my favourite thing, sleeping with a French bulldog. She might be little, but she takes up all the bed. She tramps all over you. You can't get to sleep because she's like 2-ton Tessie crawling over your chest. And then she snores in your ear. But glad when they come home. Well, they're not staying out till 2 in the morning or something. Hope they'll be back soon. Do they not have it on the telly or anything? I mean, I still watch the Manchester Parade, but I watch it through the Manchester Evening News. They usually do it live. The parade. It wasn't as good this last year. Too many people just marching with the flag. I could never... Oh, I'm rubbing my nose, made it red. I could never sleep when our Ian was out on his motorbike. Couldn't sleep till he got in the house. I just want to know they're in. I'm like the mother waiting for the teenage kid to come home. But back in the day when our Ian was a teenager and out on his motorbike, there was no mobile phones. And I used to freak until I heard the bike coming home and going in the garage. And he used to say, "I'm all right, Mum, I'm all right." I said, "Well, wish you'd let me know you're going to be late." But of course there was no mobile phones then. Oh, will you just go away? You're not funny. You're not amusing. Just go away. Ha, ha, ha. Oh, we're all so amused. Ha, ha, ha. Have you got nothing else to do? Are you so bored you can't think of nothing else to do? Thank you. Thank you, Chris. Silly twit. You're a silly twit. Just go away, you silly twit. Hide him. If you come back again, I'm going to report you. So just bog off. Report. Report as harassment and bullying. There we go. We're reporting. This loser's got lots of accounts. Oh, he's so boring anyway. I'm going to go in a minute. Nothing to do with you, Mr. Boring Burgles. Change it to Mr. Boring, because you're boring. Bore. Ha, ha, ha. So amusing. Carry on. We're not amused. If you've got nothing else better to do with your life than send silly messages, I feel so sorry for you. I really do, because you're pathetic. You're a pathetic little boy. Does your mum know you're up this late? Go and play with your pimples. Oh, God. I don't know what they get out of it. I really don't. You're boring. You're boring me. You are boring me, stupid, because you're a silly little boy. Carry on, because I'm going off in a minute. It's nothing to do with you. I was going off anyway. But you're just a boring little boy. Burglars always win. Burglars always win. Oh, you're so funny. We're so amused. Oh, bog off. Anyway, people, I'm going. Nothing to do with him. I'm just going anyway because he's getting. He's just. Oh, go play with yourself. Did your mum not buy any toys? Go and play with yourself. Anyway, I'm going to go, people. Thank you very much for your company. Not you, Mr. Boogles, Bagels, whatever. I'm going anyway. I've had enough. He might think he's won, but he hasn't really, because I was going anyway. So thank you all for your company, and I hope to see you all next week. And, well, I hope not to see him next week. You know, Mr. 12-year-old playing with his pimples. We hope not to see him anyway. So bye, everybody. Thank you very much. Bye.